Hi, this is Dave Cook. I'm happy to announce we have a fully recommended proposal for you, my Dierbergs partners, to consider. Shortly, I'll go into details as to why it's fully recommended. I also want to let you know, at this time, you can go online and see a video from Secretary Treasurer Robert Spence detailing in great detail all the changes line by line. But before I tell you why, I want to give a special thanks to your bargaining committee. They did a spectacular job of representing your interest at the table. They shared when they thought we were going down the right path or a path they weren't comfortable with. Being a bargaining committee person is truly a thankless job, but they did a great job representing you, and I want to thank them personally. I also want to talk about the process. So this Wednesday, June 4th at 7 p.m., June 5th at 9 a.m. and 7 p.m., we'll hold teletown conference calls. All you have to do is simply answer your phone when it rings, and you'll be online with me and Robert Spence, and we'll walk through the contract changes, and we'll also open it up for questions and comments and answer any questions you have and listen to your comments. I also want to talk about the rest of the process. First time ever for Dierbergs, we're going to be doing a digital vote. That means you don't have to take time to drive someplace to a meeting at a particular time, usually bright and early in the morning, and vote. When we get done with the teletown at 8 p.m. Thursday evening, you're going to receive a digital text and an email link that will allow you to vote from your smartphone or your computer. If you don't receive this, our union reps will be out for the next week assisting you with getting registered or answering any questions about the contract. Now I want to talk about why this was so easy for me, your staff, and your entire bargaining committee to recommend. And it's not just wages. No, there's more to it. One of the biggest items we tackled this time was what do we do with drugs and substance abuse? You know, Missouri passed recreational cannabis use, and that's caused a problem because it's still federally illegal. Therefore, if we have a worker that's not impaired, gets injured on the job, they could currently, under the old contract, be subject to a suspension or even termination. But we crafted language that addresses that. So if a worker uses cannabis recreationally and they're not impaired and they're injured, we're able to address that and protect them, while at the same time ensuring that we have a safe workplace for everybody else. That's a big win for everybody. We also heard you loud and clear when you talked about automation and AI. So we weren't able to address everything here, but we did get some new language in the contract that in the event of automation or artificial intelligence that jeopardizes the workers' jobs, the employers would sit down and have a conversation and let us know how this is going to affect you, our partners, and what we can do to address that. We also addressed the night premium. Currently, under the old contract, workers that had night premium, they received that while they worked and also on their vacations. But they didn't for their personal holidays, holiday pay, or sick days. We got that fixed in this contract. Those workers that work overnight, they deserve the night premium for all the hours that they get paid for, not just while they're working on vacation. That's a win. Now, let's talk about the big reason for the endorsement, and it's the hourly compensation. Yes, health and welfare and pension are just as important. And with your Dierbergs pension, we're in very solid shape. Health and welfare, we were able to bargain a 93 cent per hour increase to ensure that your benefits stay similar to what they were before. While doing all that, we were able to, again, bargain for all workers at the capped rate, $1, $1, $1. I couldn't be prouder, as your president, and this being my final contract, to be able to present to you for your consideration this economic package of $1. You know, in years past, I've stood before you and told you, you need to pass this, it has our recommendation, and neither you or I liked it. I've also stood before you and said, you need to reject this and authorize a strike. This is one I can wholeheartedly and enthusiastically tell you I support it, I endorse it, and I recommend you support this also and vote yes on it. This is a good contract. Thank you, and have a good day.